Hey everyone.
Hi.
Hi Facebook. Amy Shine here, and I got my friend Tracy Payne here from Tracy's in the UK today. I'm in Florida, and we are jumping on to do a quick live on. I actually titled the live. I think the live I called it "What Living in a World of Inclusion with the Spirits of the Earth." And so the question I titled it is, "What would it be like to live in a world um, where we included all energies, including the spirits of the earth? And would we have all the wars and devastation if we included the spirits of the earth?"
Hmm, That's a great question.
Well, do you know where that question kind of leads to? Because when I asked it, I was really curious. Like when I wrote that question, like, would we have wars? Would we have devastation? Would we be destroying the planet, destroying the earth if we included the spirits of the earth? And I was really curious, like, if we included the spirits of the earth, like, would we still have all that separation, judgment, and fight? And then I realized when I just said that question, I realized, wow, well, actually, the spirits of the earth, if you don't know what the spirits of the earth are, they're energies that are part of the earth's ecology, and they're part of the earth's energy, and they have been part of the earth's energy before we even got here, and before human race came, evolved on this planet. And they the spirits of the earth, like, TV and movies and all, like, stories and fictions down through time have kind of humanized them, and that's what human reality does. It humanizes things. So it's like anything that is kind of like unexplainable by the mind or by science, human reality trying to try and make it like a human figure. So do you notice how, like, fairies are actually, they are earth, like, they are nature spirits that are fairies that are here to take care of the earth, but human reality has made them look like these pretty girls that wear dresses and have wings on their back.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure if we were to perceive them, they'd look completely different. Like everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. We might actually be scared of them if we saw them with our eyes.
yeah, we might, or we might actually, like, the thing is, you probably actually can't see them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can't see them with your eyes, because they are not a physical, solid thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, energies can show up and make themselves look physical so that you can receive them,
Mm-hmm.
like, so that because we tend to, like, oh, it's only real if I can physically see you. So sometimes, energies do become more solid to try and appear, so
Mm-hmm.
they wake us up. But in a way, like, yeah, what if there was, like, if you didn't try to see fairies as like some pretty girl with wings on her back, like, what could you actually perceive about the world of fairies?
Mm. Yeah, I've had an experience recently, the last few nights, where there's an energy that comes in at night time. And I live on the back of some woods, and it makes my whole body tingle. It's really nice. And then when I started asking questions, um, I received information that it's the spirits of the earth contributing. And it's been the first time I've actually acknowledged it and received it. And it just relaxes my whole body. You just become more in tune and trusting. And it happens at night before I go to sleep, and it's so lovely, so nice just to receive. Yeah, and I'm always mesmerized by the woods and nature. And yesterday I stopped by some bushes. They were really pretty, and yeah, there was an energy there speaking to me, and I was just like, wow, if everybody could perceive this, what could we create? Like, it really is such an open space that we can choose to be with.
I love that, Tracy. And that kind of goes back to that original question, which I started the live with, was, would we have wars and devastation, and would we be destroying the earth if we included the spirits of the earth? And like what you just showed us there was like, okay, like at night, these energies come in, and it's like this comforting kind of like beautiful energy, nurturing, light energy. And the more you kind of acknowledge that, like that's like, whether it's nature spirits, where it's light beings of consciousness, or spirits of the earth, whatever it is, when you acknowledge it, that grows. But like, that's actually where the spirits of the earth and the light beings of consciousness, that's actually where they live. Like, they don't live in a world of resistance, reaction, fight, right and wrong. They actually live in a world of peace and ease and gratitude and joy. And so if we were to include the spirits of the earth, it would require, it's not that they would come and live in our reality. It would be, we would have to go live in their reality.
Wow. That space is so expansive.
So we would have to. So for us to live with the spirits of the earth and have an inclusive world where all energies are included, and it's not just, there's just us in these physical bodies, humans, and then that's all there is. Like, if we were to actually include all energies, beings without bodies, different types of beings, different types of embodiment, and requires us to give up our limited reality, like our fight, our right and wrong, our need to prove everything, our need to justify, our need to, all our needs, really, because all needs are a lie anyway. Because the thing is, like, even that other night when that energy came in, it was just like this beautiful energy. You can't figure that out with your mind.
No. And initially I went into resistance, and then I started asking questions, and then once I got an awareness, I was like, okay. And it's also easy to put these energies down to something else. You could say, it's the room temperature, or it's my body doing something strange, but actually to receive it's like magic. It really is like tapping into the magic of what else is possible.
Well, you just also said something else there, to actually receive the spirits of the earth. Well, actually, to include the spirits of the earth, you first have to receive.
Yeah.
You have to receive that.
Yeah.
Like you said, not dismiss it, not judge it, not cut it off. You actually have to receive it. To receive requires you to lower your walls and barriers, let go of your calculating mind, and really kind of melt
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have something. Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to say, well, that's when, like, when we go out in nature, we become more relaxed. Like, it's not just the trees that are contributing to us; it's all the spirits of the earth that are also there too, which are all energies, just like the tree is an energy, just like the ocean is an energy.
I wonder what's being asked of us now in terms of spirits of the earth, and especially with everything that's going on, like coming back to your question about would we choose to call this insanity if we connected more with our surroundings. And I wonder what, like, choosing and being open and vulnerable to receive this energy is going to create for the planet. And, all these systems and everything else that's happening.
Yeah, and it's funny because, when COVID happened and, the whole world went into lockdown, whatever, and I was like, that was like a time for me where I was like, okay, so the world's going to choose more insanity. I can either feed into that insanity, resist and react to it, align and agree with it, or I can turn up my magic. I can turn up what I know. And so instead of feeding into, and this is, we're all at a choice point right now, everyone, you all have a choice right now in your life. You can either buy into the insanity, you can feed into the insanity, you can keep feeding that, you can feed into the control, you can resist it, you can fight against it. That doesn't really ever change anything. If you fight against, all you're doing is feeding that same energy. Or you can choose to live in a world of magic.
Yeah.
To live in a world of possibilities. You can feed that world. You can choose to live with the energies that the earth is offering us, and the peace and the nourishment that the earth offers us. And even with virus insanity and viral insanity going on, and control and governments, the earth never stops nourishing us. the spirits of the earth are part of that. You cannot include the earth and exclude the spirits of the earth because they are part of the earth's energy.
Wow.
So my invitation, and we have this class coming up on Sunday, which is a specialty talk to the entity class, Spirits of the Earth, and it's we're really going to start actually strengthening the capacities we have with the spirits of the earth, strengthening our communion with them, and what we can actually, like you said, what we can actually create with them. Stepping more into that, and really also in stepping more into that, also detoxing and undoing and letting go of the limitations of that you've bought into that keeps you connected to the insanity of this reality. So when you let go of the insanity of this reality and stop feeding into it, you step more into having that magic and that communion and that energy that the earth has.
Yeah.
The melting, you talked about it the other night when you lay in your bed and you just melted.
Yeah. And there's so much joy with it. I'm just seeing in my head, when we can clear all these points of view and everything we've brought into in the insanity, I just see a child running in a field, excited, everything is an exploration and mesmerizing and just fun and light and ease. And
that is actually the energy that is where the spirits of the earth live. They live in that childlike, wonder, joyful space that you all of us had it at some stage as a kid, and maybe if we didn't have it in this lifetime, we had it in another lifetime where we had that, like you said, that freedom, that play, that curiosity. You just didn't define it as a child. Now you become an adult, so you try to define everything,
Yeah.
So it's actually losing the definitions so that you can become more of that play and that joy and that curiosity.
Yeah.
Adventure.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm excited.
I know, I am too.
More playtime. Cool.
Yeah. So we'll drop a link to the class in here if anybody's interested. We'll drop it in the comments. And if you want to come along, there's no prereqs for this class either. And you'll get the recording as well. But yeah, thanks for coming on with me today, Tracy. I love having these conversations. I know you had lots of other questions too, and maybe we'll get on here another day. We can keep doing this. I just like talking about the spirits of the earth. So
yeah, no, it's so cool. All right, then I'll speak to you soon. Thanks so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.